I hope, please raise your hands. How many teams are here? We just want to know. From each team, only one hand. From each team, only one hand. So how many teams are here? One, two, three.
Five
Please,
teams, sir.
please maintain some distance in between both teams. In between two teams, because two teams cannot act together. That's the basic.
You can come forward.
You can come forward. So those teams which are online, hearty welcome to the PG quiz session. So as such, we have started quite a bit late, almost 40 minutes late. So we'll be having 50 questions. Almost 50 questions are there, and I will read the question and the options, and after that the timer will be started, and all of you will have 30 seconds to answer each question. 30 seconds to answer each question. There will be a fastest finger or something also will be there, and whoever has answered the most correct answers, they will be the winners, and there will be two winners, 1 and 2. Okay, so all the 50 questions will be in a single take. So after 25 questions are over, then we will announce the midterm results. Okay, so only first 2 or 3 teams will be announced. Okay, so don't get disheartened by them. You have another 25 questions, so you can make a difference. Okay, so
Starts.
yes,
So we'll start the quiz program.
presentation.
Bashir.
ये काम नहीं कर रहा है.
Input ఇస్తారు.
वो अच्छा रहेगा. So the first question is on identify this personality. Option number A, Alfred Bielchowski. Option number B, von Helmholtz. Option number C, Gerhard Meyer Schwickerath. Option number D, Charles Babbage. Your time starts now. Option A, Alfred Bielchowski. Option B, von Helmholtz. Option C, Gerhard Meyer Schwickerath. Option D, Charles Babbage. Who is this famous scientist? Time up. So question number 2. identify this personality. మీరే ఇచ్చేయండి. Identify this personality. Option number A, Oppenheimer. Option B, Macpherson. Option C, Von Graefe. Option D, Victor Hugo. Your time starts now. సార్ 20 seconds అప్పుడు ఒక్కసారి చెప్పండి సార్. ఆప్షన్ ఏ ఆపెన్హైమర్, ఆప్షన్ బి మెక్ఫర్సన్, ఆప్షన్ సి వాన్ గ్రెఫే, ఆప్షన్ డి విక్టర్ హ్యూగో. Unfortunately, this generation is having a problem. We all know that most of the textbooks have forgotten printing these photos. The latest editions, they don't contain these photos. Time up. Question number 3. Identify this personality. Option A, Sherrington. Option B, Herring. Option C, Hirschberg. Option D, Krimsky. Option A, Sherrington. Option B, Herring. Option C, Hirschberg. Option D, Krimsky. Your time starts now. Time is up. Question number 4. He was blinded by his experiment. Who is he? He was blinded by his own experiment, and who is he? Option A, Mainster MA. Option B, Hoffman P. Option C, Welsh AJ. Option D, Gerhard Meyer Schwickerath. Option A, Mainster MA. Option B, Hoffman P. Option C, Welsh AJ. Option D, Gerhard Meyer Schwickerath. Your time starts now. Okay. Please don't give the answers in the chat box. Time is up. Question number 5. Identify this legend. Option A, Dr. Sohan Singh Here. Option B, Dr. Daljit Singh. Option C, Dr. S.S. Malhotra. Option D, Dr. Harminder Singh Dua. Your time starts now. This should be the easiest one. He's an Indian-born scientist. Time up. Question number 6. Question number 6. There is a variable ptosis and there is diplopia. In this patient, you are able to see the photograph. There is a variable ptosis and diplopia. So what are the possible diagnosis? What is the most probable diagnosis, most probable clinical diagnosis? The options are, next slide. Option A, chronic progressive external ophthalmoplegia, CPEO. Option B, aberrant regeneration of oculomotor nerve. Option C, myasthenia gravis. Option D, Duane retraction syndrome. There is a variable ptosis and there is a diplopia in this patient. Chronic progressive external ophthalmoplegia, aberrant regeneration of oculomotor nerve, myasthenia gravis, duodenal retraction syndrome. Time is up. Once again, I request all the virtual participants, please don't put your answer in the chat box, or else you will be removed from the chat. So, the seventh question is a prescription of -1 diopter sphere plus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 85 degrees is equivalent to -1 diopter sphere plus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 85 degrees is equivalent to option A plus 1 diopter sphere minus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 85, minus 0.5 diopter sphere and plus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 85, that is option B. Option C is minus 0.5 diopter sphere and minus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 175. Option D is plus 0.5 diopter sphere and minus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 175. Your time starts now. There is a little math, so I hope all of you are good in maths. So the original prescription is -1 diopter sphere and plus 0.5 diopter cylinder at 85. Sorry for the blurred sutures. Option C, hypotony. Option D, high IOP. Time is up. Next question is question number 9. A 36-year-old woman comes in for a routine exam. The appearance of her cornea is shown in this diagram. You can see the appearance of the cornea. So, what could be the diagnosis? Option number A, anterior basement dystrophy. Option B, Meesman's epithelial dystrophy. Option C, Rees-Buckler's dystrophy. Option D, Thiele-Behnke dystrophy. All are epithelial dystrophies only. All are epithelial dystrophies only. So your time starts now. Time is up. Question number 10. Question number 10. Identify this autosomal dominant disorder with a PAX6 gene mutation and with nystagmus. So identify this bilateral disease, autosomal dominant, PAX6 gene mutation with nystagmus. This syndrome has been associated with so many named syndromes are there associated with this condition. Okay, so and there is a nystagmus, it is autosomal dominant. Option A, Axenfeld-Rieger syndrome. Option B, progressive iris atrophy. Option C, Cogan-Rees syndrome. Option D, aniridia. Your time starts now. You can see this VOCT also. This helps you in knowing why there is an nystagmus. The OCT is only for the sake of making you understand why there is an nystagmus, not for the diagnosis of the disease. Time is up. Question number 11. So question number 11 is straight. What is the diagnosis? What is the diagnosis of this beautiful fundus, but the patient will have obviously a lesser vision, and you can see the OCT angiography and OCT of the patient. Okay, so you can find the level at which the disease is there by looking at these pictures. Okay, so the diagnosis is number 1, A is bilateral choroidal amelanotic nevi. Option B, bilateral choroidal osteoma. Option C, bilateral high myopia with maculopathy. Option D, bilateral choroideremia. Your time starts now. Photo. Bilateral. Time is up. Question number 12. Diagnose the condition, what could it cause? Diagnose the condition and what could it cause? You have to look at this going. So you have to look at this CT scan and what could be this disease present in this CT scan. Option A is meningioma, option B is pituitary adenoma, option C is pinealoma, option D is glioblastoma multiforme. Ignore these ABCD. So look at these. Option A is meningioma, option B is pituitary adenoma, option C is pinealoma, option D is glioblastoma multiforme. So this is a pure radiology question. Wantedly we have put in because we want all our ophthalmologists to read their radiographs by themselves. Don't believe in the radiologist. My wife is a radiologist. I believe in her. Okay. So that's a different, totally different thing.
Sir, up, sir. Time up.
Yeah. Question number 13. A 34-year-old male diabetic patient, a smoker, comes with a sudden painless loss of vision and his vision is counting fingers close to face in the eye, and the FFA at 5 minutes is this, and the diagnosis is option number A, CRAO, option number B, CRAO sparing macula by the cilioretinal artery, option C, AAON, option C, AAON, option D, papilledema. Option D, papilledema. Your time starts now. This should be the easiest one. A 34-year-old male, diabetic, smoker, sudden painless loss of vision in one of the eyes and counting fingers close to face. Fundus fluorescent angiography at 5 minutes. And the diagnosis is A, CRAO, B, CRAO, sparing macula by cilioretinal artery. Option C, AON. Option D, papilledema. You have to look at the fundus fluorescent angiography. You are not given the fundus picture. Okay,
Sir, time up, sir.
time is up. Question number 14. So what next is this type of question? After a head injury in road traffic accident, a young dental postgraduate man reports complete loss of vision in his right eye. There is no PL vision and there is an afferent pupillary defect. Okay, so what could be your next step? You want to go for option A, FFA, option B, MRI orbit and brain, option C, axial CT scan of orbit and optic canal, option D, ERG. Which one you want to go for as a next step? You are in the emergency room and you have this patient who is a dental postgraduate. This is a real life incident. This is a real life incident and a proper diagnosis, clinical diagnosis made a difference to his life. So you want to go for option A, FFA, option B, MRI orbit and brain, option C, axial CT scan of orbit and optic canal, option D, ERG.
Time up, sir.
Time is up. చంద్రమోహన్ గారు సహకరిస్తున్నారు బాగా. Question 15. Question 15. What is the picture showing? What is this gonioscopy picture showing? Option A, peripheral anterior synechiae, PAS. Option B, iridodialysis. Option C, cyclodialysis. Option D, angle recession. Option A is peripheral anterior synechiae, PAS. Option B is iridodialysis. Option C is cyclodialysis. Option D is angle recession. Your time starts now. You have the gonioscopy view. All the ophthalmology postgraduates ought to know the art of gonioscopy.
Sir, time up,
If
sir.
without knowing or without doing a gonioscopy, if you are leaving your post-graduation, you are not doing a post-graduation.
Next question, sir.
Next question. What is the diagnosis in this CT scan?
You don't press, sir. I'll press.
What is the diagnosis in this CT scan? You can see an arrow here and an arrow here also is there. Okay. So next.
Options.
So the diagnosis is option A, orbital fracture, option B, post-op lateral orbitotomy, option C, post-op orbital decompression, option D, post-op
Yes.
functional endoscopic sinus surgery.
This is the picture. Again, for your preview, these are the options. Stop.
Orbital fracture, post-op lateral orbitotomy, post-op orbital decompression, post-op FES.
The time up, sir.
Time is up. Question number 17. A 57-year-old woman complains of blurred vision, nyctalopia and peripheral photopsias in both eyes for 3 days. For the last 3 days, she is complaining of blurred vision, nyctalopia and peripheral photopsias in both eyes for 3 days. And this is the fundus picture. You can see multiple spots are there. Yes, next. So birdshot chorioretinitis, we have given the diagnosis as well. Birdshot chorioretinitis, also known as vitelliginous chorioretinitis, is associated with Option A, HLA A29. Option B, HLA B27. Option C, HLA B51. Option D, none of the above. Option D, none of the above. Switch off. Your time starts now.
So time up.
Time is up. Question number 18. You are looking at an OCT picture, and this is the thickness at the macula, and you can see the OCT diagram. Next, the diagnosis is option A, cystoid macular edema with epiretinal membrane. Option B, retinoschisis. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. Picture will show again. This is the picture. These are the pictures. Option A, CME with epiretinal membrane. Option B, retinoschisis. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above.
Time up, sir.
Time is up. Question number 19. Most likely diagnosis in this clinical picture is option A, ankyloblepharon. Option B, symblepharon. Option C, pterygium. Option D, pseudopterygium. Your time starts now. Option A, ankyloblepharon. Option B, symblepharon. Option C, pterygium. Option D, pseudopterygium.
The time is up, sir.
Time is up. Next, question number 20. What is the diagnosis in this clinical picture, ophthalmoscopic picture, fundus photograph, and OCT, corresponding OCT at the level of the lesion, you are able to see. Option A is CNVM with hemorrhage. Option B, subhyaloid hemorrhage. Option C, vitreous hemorrhage. Option D, subhyalum hemorrhage. Option A, CNVM with hemorrhage. Option B, subhyaloid hemorrhage. Option C, vitreous hemorrhage. Option D, subhyalum hemorrhage. Your time starts now.
So time is up.
Time is up. So this is again a what next kind of question. Here is a 14-year-old girl. She had left orbital cellulitis, and there is a pansinusitis with secondary glaucoma in that left eye, and there is a severe proptosis in that eye, and there is minimal pus on incision and drainage. You can see the scar of the pus, and you can see the CT scan here. Okay, so this is the left eye showing some. You can see the collection of pus above the eyeball. So the options. So what is next best step? Option A, CT guided aspiration of pus. Option B, FES plus transnasal drainage by the ENT surgeon. Option C, change IV antibiotics. Option D, lateral orbitotomy. Option A, CT guided aspiration of pus. Option B, FES plus transnasal drainage by ENT surgeon. Option C, change IV antibiotics. Option D, lateral orbitotomy.
So time is up.
Time is up. Next question is question number 22. Which of the following anti-glaucoma medications can cause drowsiness? Can cause drowsiness. So option A, latanoprost, option B, timolol, option C, brimonidine, option D, dorzolamide. Option A, latanoprost, option B, timolol, option C, brimonidine, option D, dorzolamide. Your time starts now. A drug that causes drowsiness. Probably this should be famous in Andhra Pradesh now.
So time is up.
Yes, next. Question number 23. What is the diagnosis of this Hess chart? Look carefully at the Hess chart. How is it? Okay. So you can see the Hess chart. This is the appearance. So option A, double elevator palsy. Option B, bilateral Brown syndrome. Option C, superior oblique palsy. Option D, third nerve palsy. Double elevator palsy, bilateral Brown syndrome, superior oblique palsy, third nerve palsy.
So time up.
Time is up. Question number 24 is regarding this picture. Look carefully at this picture. Look carefully at this picture. There is an optic disc and there are the vascular arcades and there is a macula, there is a fovea, foveola, everything is there. You look at the abnormality that is there carefully and answer. So diagnosis is option A, cystoid macular edema, option B, solar retinopathy, option C, idiopathic juxtafoveal telangiectasia, option D, none of the above. Option A, cystoid macular edema, option B, solar retinopathy, option C, idiopathic juxtafoveal telangiectasia, option D, none of the above. I am an ophthalmologist with very poor knowledge at the fovea pathologies. I often do mistakes and our retinal surgeons, they correct me. Okay, so
Time is up.
yes, time is up. Question number 25. Choroidal hemangiomas are not often associated with which of the following findings? Choroidal hemangiomas are not often associated with which of the following findings? Option A, subretinal serous or lipid exudation. Option B, high internal reflectivity on A-scan echography. Option C, a subretinal neovascular membrane. Option D, leakage of the dye in the late phases of fluorescein in angiography. So which of the following is not seen in choroidal hemangiomas?
So after this question, 2 minutes break will take.
So this question will be given extra time. So it will be given more than 1 minute.
అట్లా ఏం కాదు. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అయిన తర్వాత స్కోర్స్ ఇప్పుడు అయిన తర్వాత
Okay, okay. So we will break for 2 minutes after this question because this is 25th question and your results will be out.
హాఫ్ వేజ్ రిజల్ట్స్ సార్
Sir.
చెప్తారు సార్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The real tough thing is choosing the options, other options. Keeping the other options closer.
Sir, scores
Is
display
the-
అయిపోయినాయి సార్.
Yes, yes.
First the Rangaraya Medical College.
19.
No, it is not. I'm putting the
Sorry,
yes,
sorry.
the scores. It is not the first.
Sankara Eye Hospital, Guntur, 19.
19 out of 50. That is
Government
till now we
Regional
have
Hospital,
just
Visakhapatnam, 18 out of 50.
It is out of. It is only.
It is out of 25 only. Okay. So, Dr. Jagruti,
అది ఏ కాలేజో మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు సార్.
they didn't mention their college. They have got 15 out of 25. And SB Medical College got 13 out of 25. Rangaraya Medical College got 12 out of 25. SV
MC.
Medical College, Tirupati, another team is also there. Another two teams are there.
Jagruti is from NRI college it seems.
Okay. So Dr. P. Sims got 11 out of 25. Sankara Hospital, the second team, another team is there.
But nobody has joined, I think.
Okay, they have not yet joined.
Total we have 8 teams now.
We have 8 teams.
So that is the present status. At after 25 questions, we'll
So
go.
still there is lot of tough competition inside for the first 3 positions. All the best. We'll start the second session. Yes, sir. App. And app kaadu, they will give you the link. So that link that will directly send the information to here. Yeah, yes, sir.
So question number 26 is
Question number 26, the pathology of pterygium includes, the pathology, histopathology of pterygium includes, option A, myxoid degeneration, option B, epithelial inclusion bodies, option C, precancerous changes, option D, squamous metaplasia of the epithelium. Your time starts now. So carefully look at the options.
time is up.
Time is up. Question number 27. This is also again histology, histopathology only. As such, histological changes in lens-induced uveitis include option A, ghost cell, option B, giant cell reaction, option C, amyloid in the cornea, option D, vasculitis. Histological changes in lens-induced uveitis include A, ghost cells, B, giant cell reaction, C, amyloid in the cornea, option D, vasculitis. Your time starts now.
So time is up.
Time is up. Question number 28. Diagnosis least likely in this is the one diagnosis that is least likely in this clinical picture. You can see the clinical picture. Carefully look at the clinical picture. Okay. So, option A, traumatic perforation. Option B, peripheral corneal degeneration. Option C, peripheral ulcerative keratitis with perforation. Option D, iris prolapse. Your diagnosis can be anything except one condition. The one diagnosis that is least likely in this clinical scenario. The time has already started.
Time is up, sir.
Time is up. Question number 29. Carefully look at this photographs, array of photographs are there. You can see the all the 9 ocular movements are being displayed respectively. The dextro elevation, elevation, levo elevation, dextroversion, levoversion, primary position, dextro depression, depression and levo depression. Okay, so carefully look at them. Okay, so what is the pattern? What is the pattern of eyes? Option A, V pattern. Option B, A pattern. Option C, X pattern. Option D, none of the above. This is a very easy question. We'll show you again. V pattern, A pattern, X pattern, none of the above. So remember your time started. Sir, put in the photographs only. V pattern, A pattern, X pattern. They know the choices.
So time is up.
Time is up.
Question number 30.
Question number 30. Identify this person. Identify this person. He's a great ophthalmologist. Option A, Harvey A. Linkoff. Option B, Charles Kephens. Option C, Von Greffe. Option D, Robert McNamara. Your time starts now. Linkoff, Kephens, Von Greffe, McNamara. McNamara or Mashmer? McNamara. That's how to pronounce the name. That's not the answer.
Okay, sir. Time is up.
Time is up. Question number 31. It's a long question. A 25-year-old software professional guy, so must be a rich guy, presented with pain, redness, white spot in left eye of 2 weeks duration. Okay. So already on antifungal and antibiotics, must have taken Google help to use them, but did not have any alleviation of symptoms, and he could not recollect any history of trauma. So they know only one thing, that is job, and they forget about themselves also. So this is the photograph showing a keratitis. What type of keratitis is it? Option A, Fusarium keratitis. Option B, Aspergillus keratitis. Option C, bacterial keratitis. Option D, Pythium keratitis. Your time starts now. Fusarium, Aspergillus, bacterial, Pythium.
So time is up.
Time is up.
Question number 32.
Question number 32. What is the diagnosis of the following clinical picture? You can see a nice clinical picture where multiple spots are there on the cornea. Okay. So, next. What is the diagnosis? Question number option A, epidemic keratoconjunctivitis. Option B, herpes simplex keratitis. Option C, microsporidial keratoconjunctivitis. Option D, herpes zoster keratitis. So, epidemic keratoconjunctivitis, herpes simplex keratitis, microsporidial keratoconjunctivitis. Option D, herpes zoster keratitis. Which could it be? Picture. You have multiple white spots spread throughout the cornea.
The time is up, sir.
Time is up. Yes. So question number 33, identify the true statement regarding the following clinical condition. You can see here an eye with a lot of redness, and you can see some white spots here, and there is a white lesion on the cornea. So what could be this clinical condition? Identify the true statement. Option A, causative organism is a fungus. Option B, drug of choice is moxifloxacin. Option C, microscopy reveals double-walled cysts. Option D, drug of choice is amikacin. So drug of choice is moxifloxacin, drug of choice is amikacin, microscopy reveals double-walled cysts, causative organism is a fungus. So all these are questions. What is the most relevant out of all these? Time has already started.
Time is up.
Time is up.
Question number 34.
Question number 34, identify the correct statement regarding the clinical condition. Question number 34, identify the correct statement regarding the clinical condition. You can see a clinical photograph. Option A, it is a peripheral ulcerative keratitis. Option B, it is a staphylococcal marginal keratitis. Option C, occurs due to hypersensitivity to streptococcal antigen. Option D, clear interval is absent. Clear interval is a finding which is very important in peripheral corneal lesions. Okay, so your time starts now.
Time is up.
Time is up. Question number 35. Look carefully at the photograph. You find some pathology there. So what are the other associated findings to look for in this 25-year-old lady? So what are the other associated findings to look for in this 25-year-old lady? Option A, optic nerve gliomas. Option B, plexiform neurofibroma of the lids. Option C, retinal astrocytic hematomas. Option D, all of the above. Your time starts now.
Over.
Yes, time is over. Question number 36. Surgical plan in this particular type of cataract involves all except. Option A, hydrodissection is avoided. Option B, hydrodelineation is avoided. Option C, large capsular excess is avoided. Option D, lens rotation is avoided. So which one surgical plan is not involved? Surgical plan involves all except.
The time is up.
Time is up. Question number 37. So look carefully at the nice paintings by a great painter of all times. Name the artist who suffered from colored halos as evident from these two paintings. So Option A, Leonardo da Vinci. Option B, Edgar Degas. Option C, Vincent van Gogh. Option D, Gurseno. పలకటం కష్టం. Da Vinci, Edgar Degas. I know these two names. These two names are new to me. Gurkeno or Gurseno? Gursino?
So time is up. Question number 38.
Question number 38. The cause of macular hard exudates in this eye is related to macular hard exudates in this eye are due to. Okay. Option A, macular tributary vein occlusion. Option B, parafoveal telangiectasia. Option C, diabetic maculopathy. Option D, retinal arterial macroaneurysm. Your time starts now. Hard exudates in the macula are due to which of them?
Time is up.
Time is up. Okay, very good. So this lesion can produce all the types of hemorrhage you can see in the retina. So dot blot hemorrhages, flame-shaped hemorrhages, pre-retinal hemorrhages, subhyalum hemorrhages, subhyaloid hemorrhages, intraretinal vitreous, sub-RPE hemorrhage also, subretinal, sub-RPE also. Very good. That's a beautiful point. Next year we will ask that question. So question number 39. So here you see a candle. Which of these choices relates to the picture shown? So flame-shaped hemorrhages, option A. Option B, bilateral hilar lymphadenopathy. Option C, Roth spots. Option D, corneal melt in rheumatoid arthritis. So which can be related to this photograph? ఇదేందో మోకాలకి బోడిగుండుకి లింక్ ఎట్టినట్టు లేదు. Straight forward question.
Okay, sir. Time is up.
Time is up. Question number 40. Question number 40. So these findings in an elderly lady may be seen in. You are able to see the pathology, I hope. Okay, so these findings in an elderly lady may be seen in. Option A, commotio retinae. Option B, cilio-retinal artery block. Option C, branch retinal artery block, BRAO. Option D, all of the above. Commotio retinae, cilio-retinal artery block, branch retinal artery occlusion, or all of the above. Your time starts.
So time is up.
Time is up. Question number 41. This vascular lesion involving the right upper eyelid resulting in ptosis in a 4-month-old female which was not present at birth but had been increasing over the past few months. So at the time of birth this lesion was not there. It started after that and it kept on increasing. Identify the correct statement regarding the above lesion. Option A, it cannot lead to amblyopia. Option B, it is a port-wine stain. Option C, drug of choice is oral propranolol. Option D, drug of choice is topical steroid cream. Your time starts now. This is also a straightforward question. Quite common condition. Quite common condition. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your blessings.
Time up, sir.
Time is up.
Question number 42.
Question number 42. A 51-year-old male with history of rigid gas permeable lens wear presented with left eye redness, pain, light sensitivity and tearing for 1 week. The following are his clinical pictures. A 51-year-old male with a history of RGP lens wear presented with left eye redness, pain, light sensitivity and tearing for 1 week. And you can see the photograph with the lesions. You can see the lesion. True statement regarding the above pictures is: A. Hypertonic saline and cycloplegics are the mainstay of management. Option B. A bandage contact lens may be prescribed to increase the comfort. Option C. Air injection or SF6 injection may be used to hasten recovery. Option D. All of the above. Hypertonic saline, cycloplegics, or bandage contact lens, or SF6 injection or air injection into the anterior chamber, or D. All of the above.
Sir, time is up.
Time is up. RGP lenses. Yes, next. Question number 43. This is a literature question. Why sometimes I have believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast? Because I am already married. Okay. So who in the world am I? That's the great puzzle. Okay. This great writer described a character who suffered from a neuropsychological condition that causes a distortion of distortion like micropsia or macropsia. Okay. So option A, Kamalika Mukherjee. Option B, Lewis Carroll. Option C, David Brin. Option D, Sherlock Holmes. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్ చదవకుండా కనీసం ఈ బుక్స్ అన్నా చదవాలనేది టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్
అంటే లిటరేచర్ చదివి మళ్ళీ దాన్ని ఆఫ్థాల్మాలజీతో కోరిలేట్ కూడా చేసుకుంటే. Sir, time is up. Sir.
Time is up. Question number 44. Look carefully. This is pre-treatment photograph, fundus photograph, and this is the post-treatment. So pre and post-treatment images of a pregnant lady. These pictures belong to one eye of a pregnant lady. Identify the systemic drug that is used. Option A, azithromycin. Option B, steroids. Option C, etovaquone. Option D, spiramycin. Your time starts now. So here is also another batch.
Time is up, sir.
Okay, good. Time is up.
Question number 45.
Question number 45. The fundus landmark that corresponds to the equator is, this should be the simplest one. The fundus landmark that corresponds to the equator is option A, ora serrata, option B, vitreous base, option C, pigmented line of Kundt, option D, none of the above. Time starts now. ఏదో మాకున్న 2 గ్రే సెల్స్ని గట్టిగా వాడి
Sir, time is up.
Time is up.
Question
Yes,
number.
yes. So it is the internal landmark normally. So which of these would be useful in this case? Question number 46. Question number 46. Look carefully at the fundus pictures. There is something abnormal in this, and option A, ERG. Option B, OCT angiography. Option C, Maddox rods. Option D, BP check. Look carefully at both eyes photographs, fundus photographs. Your time has already started. Which would be useful? Is it ERG? Is it OCT angiography? Is it Maddox rods, or is it BP check? So the ones who are looking at the fundus day in and day out,
Sir, time up, sir.
they are also looking into the picture keenly. Okay. So this is not about retina. This is not about retina. Yes. These are tricky questions. Question number 47. The depicted finding is seen in. The depicted finding is seen in. You can see so many findings here. Okay. So option A, sarcoidosis. Option B, Wyburn-Mason syndrome. Option C, von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. Option D, Sturge-Weber syndrome. Which finding, the depicted finding is seen in? This picture belongs to which disease? Sarcoidosis, Wyburn-Mason syndrome, von Hippel-Lindau syndrome, Sturge-Weber syndrome. Your time starts. Give 10 seconds, sir. 10 seconds more for this.
They must have answered it, sir, already. Okay, sir, time is up.
Yes, time is up. So question number 48. Commonest cause of failure in the treatment of bacterial corneal ulcer is? Commonest cause of failure in the treatment of bacterial corneal ulcer. Option A, associated chronic dacryocystitis. Option B, high virulence of the organism. Option C, associated dry eye. Option D, secondary glaucoma. Which is the most common cause of failure in the treatment of bacterial corneal ulcer? Your time has already started.
So time is up.
Time is up. Question number 49. The focal length of a +4 diopter lens is? The focal length of a +4 diopter lens is? Option A, 4 millimeters. Option B, 4 centimeters. Option C, 2.5 centimeters. Option D, 25 centimeters. Your time starts now. What is the focal length of a +4 diopter lens? As ophthalmologists, we all ought to know this. There are some things which we ought to know. Already,
Time up, sir.
yes, time is up. Here is the 50th question, the final question. The visual angle subtended at the nodal point of the eye by each whole letter in Snellen's chart. The visual angle subtended at the nodal point of the eye by each whole letter in Snellen's chart. Option A, 1 minute. Option B, 5 minutes. Option C, 1 degree. Option D, 5 degrees. So those who are into teaching the undergraduates on a regular basis, the clinical part, okay, they will be very good at these basics. So all of you please concentrate on that. Those who are in the first year or second year, second year only already second year. Those who are juniors now, they are in second year. So at least start now. You have got another more than 1 year. Okay, you can improve your knowledge and confidence by teaching the undergraduates. Take at least one topic and teach it. Teach it.
Time is up, sir.
Yes, time is up.
Questions are over.
Questions are over. I will start deliberating the answers. Meanwhile, they will analyze. We are thankful to the Andhra Pradesh Ophthalmic Society, Academic Research Committee, Dr. C.V. Gopalraj Garu, Dr. Madhu Udraju, Dr. Naina Eye Hospital.
Update అవ్వలేదు.
So Sankara Eye Hospital, Guntur, 41 out of 50.
RMC.
This is Government Regional Eye Hospital, Visakhapatnam, 36 or 36, 38 out of 50. Very good. Dr. Jagruti, NRI Medical College, 33 out of 50. SV Medical College, the first team got 32 out of 50. SV Medical College Tirupati, second team got 31. Dr. Pinnanen Siddhartha, 30 out of 50. Rangaraya Medical College got 27 out of 50. SV Medical College, another team, they got 27. And Visakha Eye Hospital, Visakhapatnam got 17 out of 50. So, on the whole, there is a lot of variation. We feel that we have done justification to our job. Okay, so we are thankful to all the participants.
Yeah.
So we will tell the answers, sir. Deliberate the answers. Next. Yes. Tie break ఏం లేదు సార్, ఈక్వల్ వస్తేనే కదా టై బ్రేక్. We are on time despite being given
Yes, sir. Only 15
half an
minutes.
hour late.
Sir, answers display అవుతాయి.
Answers. Yes, this is Dr. Alfred Bielchowski. Alfred Bielchowski, he was born in 1871 and he lived up to 1940. He was a German ophthalmologist, and that is Bielchowski's health tilt test. That is a part of Park's 3-step test. So identify this personality. He is Von Graffe. Von Graffe knife till recently that was the sharpest knife available for medical people, surgical people. Sorry. Okay, so the ab interno, ab externo, all these. And even other specialty doctors also used to use this Von Graffe knife because it was so sharp. Now we have the side port entry blades that are the sharpest. So identify this personality. He is Hirschberg. Julius Hirschberg coined the term campimetry. He developed the Hirschberg test, which is valid even today. So Shekaroth. Gerhard Meyer Shekaroth, laser. He invented the laser photocoagulation. He did the first laser photocoagulation on himself. And he lost vision because he had xenon arc laser and he burnt his own fovea because of that xenon arc. So this is Dr. Sohan Singh Here. Yeah, he has given a valuable contribution into the pathophysiology of papilledema. I was lucky enough to see him physically in 2004. 2004. Yes. Optic nerve only. He was talking about radial optic neurotomy, which some people were doing those days. and after he delivered that lecture, they stopped doing. After 2004, they stopped doing radial optic neurotomy. Papilledema. He took Parson. Yes, yes. He proved that raised intracranial pressure was responsible for the papilledema, for the genesis of papilledema. He took a monkey and he has put in a balloon in its brain and he has inflated the balloon and he could show the papilledema in both eyes of the monkey. So, yes, 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 yes. So he is an American settled Indian, American settled Indian. So this variable ptosis and diplopia, what is the diagnosis? Myasthenia gravis, myasthenia gravis. Okay, yes. So a prescription of -1 minus and plus 0.5 cylinder at 85 is equal to, so the what is the combined power? -1 plus 0.5 minus 0.5. And then this one change the cylinder minus 0.5 and rotate it by 90 degrees, 175. So simple transposition, these are the three steps. You can simply do it.
Just one more thing to add there. Whenever you have the second digit as 8, you have to just add 1 plus what comes as 8. So that gives you, means instead of doing plus 90, 1 plus 7, 8. So 170.
So these are hypotony. These are due to these lines are now visible thanks to, yes, yes, yes. So hypotony. So question number 9, 36-year-old woman with a map dot finger like appearance. Okay. So the anterior basement dystrophy or map dot dystrophy is the answer. So option 10, identify this bilateral disease. This is aniridia. Aniridia, and you don't see a foveal
Foveal hypoplasia. Hypoplasia of the
appearance of the fovea is not there. So the, yes, partial aniridia or total aniridia, sir, but foveal hypoplasia is associated with aniridia. Congenital aniridia showing foveal hypoplasia. So this diagnosis is a beautiful rare photograph of a bilateral choroidal osteoma. Bilateral, yes, 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 yes.
That is spiking.
So because our people are more advanced than us, we have put in. So this is a pinealoma. This is a pinealoma, and pituitary adenoma would be somewhat in front. Okay, this is behind. You can see the corpus callosum. This is the posterior margin of the corpus callosum. You can see the dorsal midbrain getting indented. Yes, yes.
Limitation of the upward eye movement.
Limitation of the upward movement also, it dorsal midbrain syndrome, limitation of upward eye movement. This is a case which we sent you and you presented it in annual retina conference way back, more than 10 years back. And yes, 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 yes. Early, very early. that most of these cases, they come on the Saturday in the afternoon. In the afternoon, and my colleague diagnosed it. Dr. Srinivas diagnosed Guduvada. So we sent him. The story did not stop there. The story did not stop there. Okay, so the story continued, and they sent the patient again back to us, and we investigated further, and he had complete occlusion of the right carotid artery. Right carotid artery, and he underwent a carotid endarterectomy with a bigger stent placed by none other than Dr. Somraj Garu. He took special interest. Then they were coming here to Vijayawada once in a while. So he took special interest because it was a very special case. So and he had a customized stent made for that particular patient. And then he did it himself. So how fortunate one could be. One could be. Okay. So not only the person was a driver. So the person who actually employed him also, he was also lucky. He was also lucky because while driving, if he were to develop something like this, he would have crashed somewhere. Yes, next. So what next? So what next is axial CT scan of the orbit and optic canal. MRI is closer option, but MRI will not give you the bone details immediately. Immediately, we actually you need a CT scan for a bone window, and our professor, ENT professor, aggressive surgeon, he did optic nerve decompression of almost more than 10, 12 cases, and with 3 or 4 patients recovering some vision, some useful vision. This patient was a dental postgraduate, and he had the misfortune, and both the bikes collided and both the heads collided, and they fell on the road. They did not have any road injury. Okay, so and the patient immediately he lost. This also again Saturday afternoon, and immediately I told him straight away. Even before the CT scan was taken, I told him straight away. I went to him, and he did the optic nerve decompression through transnasal approach, and he regained 636, and he went to LB Prasad, Hyderabad, and there they told, you are so lucky. We often see these people without any vision. Okay, yes. So this is the picture gonioscopy showing a large angle. You can see an enlarged angle almost. This is an angle recession because of blunt trauma to the eye. And you can see here, I have already told you the clue also. So there are 2 arrows here. One is medial wall is missing, another one is inferior wall is missing. So it could be a large trauma also, but if it were trauma, the bone pieces should be there, isn't it? Because these were surgically removed in post-op orbital decompression to treat a thyroid ophthalmopathy. So question number 17, birdshot chorioretinitis and HLA A29. HLA A29, option A is the correct answer. So question number 18, cystoid macular edema with epiretinal membrane. Go back, sir. So this is the clue. This is the clue. This is the epiretinal membrane, and this is the cystoid macular edema. So this is a simple one, symblepharon. No, sir. Ankyloblepharon, the eyelid should be pasted to the eyeball. Pseudopterygium, no, sir. This is down. This is into the inferior fornix. The diagnosis, your arena, sub-ILM. Our diagnosis was subhyaloid hemorrhage, isn't it?
Yes.
Subhyaloid hemorrhage.
You may correct it.
You can correct it, sir. That is why I asked you. I had this doubt.
Because OCT,
This OCT is showing. Yes, some of them sub-ILM hemorrhage. Boat shape. Okay, okay. Sir.
okay, sir. Mhm.
Final answer is sub-ILM only. If the CM is saying something and if you don't listen,
Mhm.
how dare? What next? So this also again we did this case and our ENT colleagues helped us and we did the take the help of our orbital surgeon Dr. Sujata Garu and she was brave enough to start the patient on steroid as soon as she saw the patient. So even infective also you have to reduce the inflammation.
It reduces the size of the
Kill the
lesion.
inflammation. So infection you can always take care. That is the
Nowadays they are putting steroids because it compresses the size of the lesion.
so and they say that nasal side. Nasal side you don't need to go aggressively. That is what they say. But this is superior. You always can go for a transnasal drainage by ENT surgeon. Your ENT surgeon should be the good enough. Good enough. Choose your ENT surgeon wisely. Sir? Yes, yes, sir.
Straightforward.
So which of the following anti-glaucoma medication can cause drowsiness? Brimonidine. Brimonidine can cause drowsiness. People will complain about drowsiness during the morning time. You have to specifically ask because I don't use brimonidine that often. Okay, because I have seen so many cases of brimonidine allergy which start 1 year or 2 years after the drug is started. Okay, so once the drug is started, it will not develop simultaneously. It will take a lag period, and after 1 year or 2 years, it will show the allergy. So nothing, no financial interest, but the drug is beautiful drug. If it works well, I keep continuing it. So this is a dog ear appearance. Dog ear appearance. This is a bilateral Brown syndrome. Bilateral Brown syndrome. Yes, sir. Both sides overaction only. So this is IJT. Parafoveal, idiopathic juxtafoveal telangiectasia. IJTA. Go to the picture, sir. Yes, yes. Okay. 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 Yes. Still, this is silvery white crystal. Very good. So choroidal hemangiomas are not often associated with a okay, okay. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So people are becoming smart.
Faster.
Images are also becoming easily available. When we were students, to go to an internet and to get something, we used to go to NIC. NIC in Hyderabad, Burgul Ramakrishna Rao Bhavan, we used to go there and give our thesis title, and they used to give the references after 1 week. After 1 week, by paying some 200 rupees or something officially. Officially, you could get the information. Nowadays, you have everything in your palm. Myxoid degeneration is the histology. So the subretinal neovascular membrane is the answer. Subretinal neovascular membrane cannot occur in a choroidal hemangioma. Yes. Next. So myxoid degeneration is the histology of pterygium. Giant cell reaction. Giant cell reaction is the lens-induced uveitis. Giant cell reaction. And then diagnosis least likely in this. It could be a traumatic perforation, it could be a peripheral ulcerative keratitis with perforation, it could be an iris prolapse, but it cannot be an iris, a peripheral corneal degeneration alone. Because you have an iris which has prolapsed. Sir, go to the... No, no, sir. Least likely, sir. Least likely. Yes, yes. So this is a V pattern. You can see V pattern. And this is McMer. McMer, open sky vitrectomy, first open sky vitrectomy was done. And that is what some of us do. Okay, okay. So we are not even doing that perfectly also. Okay, okay. Software professional, yes, yes. Software professional, a rich boy with a pythium keratitis. Pythium keratitis. And this is microsporidial keratoconjunctivitis. They go to the a stuck-on appearance. A stuck-on appearance is very important. Next. This this is not nocardia, sir.
Yeah, ಅದೇ sir. ಅದೇ.
Nocardia. Okay. Ah, yes. Drug of choice is amikacin. Yes. Drug of choice is... I am yet to see one, sir. I have seen only fusarium and aspergillus. Seen more than 350 cases. Yes, dialysis. Okay, 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 okay. So this is
The lesion in the lid.
hardiolum internum and secondary to the staphylococci. You can see the marginal keratitis. Marginal keratitis. So staphylococcal marginal keratitis. So what are the other associated findings? These are Lisch nodules, neurofibromatosis type 1, and all of the above is the answer. So, and this is a typical question. Hydrodelineation should be done. Hydrodissection should be avoided. Hydrodissection should be avoided. Okay. So that's a question which needs your attention. See, everybody knows the answer. Everybody knows the answer, but the words, you have to watch the words carefully. So this is Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh. Van Gogh, he had colored halos, he had narrow angle glaucoma, so and retinal edema because of lead poisoning. Retinal artery macroaneurysms. This is the answer. Yes. The minimum size of microaneurysm that can be identified by a 20 microns, direct ophthalmoscope. Okay. 30 microns. Yes. 30 microns. Macroaneurysms. Very good. So this is candle wax drippings, bilateral hilar lymphadenopathy, sarcoidosis. Yes, next. All of the above. Retinal artery block. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. This vascular lesion, what is this? Capillary hemangioma or cavernous hemangioma? Capillary hemangioma, very good. So the drug of choice is oral propranolol. This is RGP lens patient with left eye redness, all of the above. So hypertonic saline and sorry, sir. కొంచెం ముందుకెళ్ళండి. So bandage contact lens and air injection or SF6 injection and all of the above. All of the above can be done. Yes, next. So this is Lewis Carroll. Sir, can you tell one,
Which book he has
which
written?
Alice in Wonderland is a famous book, which all of us have read as a non-detail or something or as, yes. Next. Post-COVID, we should concentrate more on these movie questions. Next time we will be better prepared. So,
Toxoplasma.
this is spiramycin is the drug of choice for pregnant ladies, in pregnant ladies.
Yeah. Pregnant ladies.
Fundus landmark, none of the above. None of the above because if you join a line
Vortex.
joining the, yes, outside. Ampulla of vortex veins. You join. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Both fovea are above, sir. Usually, the if you look at the relation between the optic disc and the fovea, the fovea should be inferior and temporal to the optic disc. But here they are superior and temporal. So these both eyes are intorted. So that finding you can only find with Maddox rods. That's a very difficult question. So whoever framed it must be very great. This is a retinal angioma and Von Hippel-Lindau syndrome.
Systemic.
Brain. Yes. Yes, sir. Commonest cause of failure in the treatment of bacterial corneal ulcer. This is a one-line answer in the Parson, and failure to treat secondary glaucoma is the answer. Okay. So 25 centimeters, 100 by 4, 100 by 4. Okay, 100 by 4. This is 5 minutes, sir.
5 minutes.
Each limb will subtend an angle of 1 minute. and the entire letter will subtend an angle of 5 minutes.
Edge will subtend 1 minute. Whole letter will subtend 5 minutes. That's it, sir.
So, thank you.
Prizes next conference lo istaru.
Prizes will be given in the next conference. Okay. So, Shankara and the second place is
Vishakhapatnam.
Visakhapatnam, Andhra Medical College.